Hi Virgo, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2011, and may I wish you a happy Christmas. Now I think in general the focus is going to be in and around the base of operations, home, hearth, family, whether you are at home or not, or within a certain community, a certain district, a certain locality, lots of comings and goings within that locality. And it could be you actually reaching out into another community over the wires as well. For some of you, real estate or property matters are going to be on your mind. Also on your mind, or maybe more in your kind of gut and in your heart, is going to be the feeling of nostalgia. Maybe you thinking about the past at this time, maybe elements of the past really making an impact on the present. Not surprising given the festive season that we're in, but that's what the astrology says. So I just have to be the translator for that. So yes, blasts from the past, but also you may be drawing parallels with the past. Maybe you considering a legacy of some kind. Maybe it's an inheritance. Maybe it's, you looking within and asking yourself, why do I always do X, Y, Z? It's not like that anymore, or it's inappropriate now. It used to work, but it doesn't work now. It might be that kind of feeling. That's really up until the 22nd anyway. But it's not going to be kind of dominating every moment of your life. Actually, there's a distinct possibility. It's going to be quite a fun time. Excuse me. In many ways, although you do have this rather introspective energy pulling your attention inwards and bringing emotions nearer the surface, and so it won't be that difficult to you're feeling a little bit more sensitive, so it won't be that difficult to push your buttons, or whether it's meant or not, it might just be a bit like that. And that's, as I say, until the 22nd. But Mercury is going to stay down in the root of your solar chart until January, so your mind may be very much upon, for some of you, property matters, but also family, children, particularly children up until the 21st of this month, as a matter of fact, but also correspondence, connecting, socializing within a locality, toing and froing. Maybe working from home, connecting from there over the wires, and having to deal with more paperwork perhaps around all of that. Really, as I say, home, hearth, family, real estate, that kind of thing. And that's you as well, sorting out your feelings, sorting out how you feel, taking your pulse. How am I today? How am I today? Because actually you're very, very good. You're the servant sign of the zodiac, and you're here to look after the rest of us in some way or another. Whether it's straightforward sort of lifestyle choice with your work, or if it's through arts and crafts, or if it's through some other way. Generally, you help the rest of us out in some way or another, and of course you are always very much there for others in your personal life as well. So Mercury is going to be retrograde. Mercury is your ruling planet. That's up until the 14th. So that might mean slowdowns or repetitions, or going over things, repeating, like a routine that has to be repeated, or if that's comings and goings, or it might mean forms or paperwork, or kind of a routineness with it, or it might mean other kinds of paperwork, which is more creative. So it'll give you a chance, though, with this slower time with Mercury, this more inward-looking time with Mercury, to maybe consider things and, as I say, take your pulse and square up to some home truths, and perhaps let go and forgive, or perhaps be pondering somebody else's behaviour as well. That transit is, as I say, going to pick up speed from mid-month, but also it's going to stay in the same area, but then in January it's actually going to pick up and then you're going to be feeling a lot more outgoing and more extrovert there. However, you're probably going to be feeling pretty assertive anyway, because you've got Mars in your sign, and Mars is the real big news here, and that's going to make you really get going with projects. You won't be backwards and coming forwards with your opinions and ideas either. The rest of us better look out, because you're here to look after us. We need you, Virgo, but please treat us gently. No, it's just that when Mars is a very it's kind of testosterone energy. It's adrenaline, and it can be very assertive. In fact, it can even be aggressive, depending on the person through whom the energy is flowing. So harness it well. Anyway, in general, your attitude tends to be more decisive about things which you'll have felt were very much up in the air before. This planet's been in your sign since November the 11th, and it will continue to be in your sign, Virgo, for an extraordinarily long time, right through mid-2012 into July 2012, which is I don't know what Mars thinks it's doing, but anyway, it's going to be there for ever such a long time. And of course, in a worldly sense, over the world stage, I mean, this might mean that all of us got to roll up our sleeves and get more organised and be more practical, like you Virgos, because that's where the emphasis is going to be. The energy of Mars, which has lots of drive with it, is going to be coming through your sign, Virgo. So we have to take some lessons from you. Those of you who do, function on that strand or that thread or that level of the Virgo energy anyway. Some of you will be wanting to have a makeover. Some of you will want to kind of, get smarter or look better, or go in for a new diet, new exercise regime, and you will be able to complete it because you can be very productive and successful with Mars in your sign. You're likely to be seen by others as more attractive as well, funnily enough, with Mars there. And also another way this can work is that you're likely to have more hustle and bustle around you, more activity, building, or kind of a noisy environment at times, of course, over this very, very long transit past the middle of 2012. Now, there's going to be a total solar eclipse on the 10th, which is hinting at new beginnings in your general life direction, Virgo, career, also your goals, your aims, your ambitions, and it's like that'll have a knock-on effect with the home base. So you out there as an individual in your own right, but then and changes related to that is going to affect routines at home or with family as well. So this can be, again, successful as well, because it's simply opening the door to allow for fresh starts and new beginnings. And so you're likely to come out of it over the several months that this will be felt with a renewed sense of identity inwardly and outwardly, and with home and family as well. Venus, as I say, this month is giving us lots of laughs along the way, this kind of friendly sharing, this little bit of bavadery between you and somebody else on a daily basis, and it bodes very well for romantic encounters also. Or if you're already in a partnership, then it bodes very well for falling in love with them all over again. Also, it highlights very positively children, animals, and you being very, very creative in some way with what you're doing. Now, from the 22nd, there's a lighter, more outgoing, yet still practical vibration around. Okay, so every month they talk about the slow-moving outer planets, and I'll skip through them here now. If you want to know more, just go and read them on my website. Jupiter's position until next June, it's been there for several months now, is in a very good angle to your sun sign, Virgo, and it's expanding your world in positive ways if you let it. That can be through formal education like academia, or it can be informal, just, you learning. I call it the learning through doing planet. So you learning as you go along. The spiritual dimension, or interest in the spiritual dimension, may increase. You're likely to come into contact with teachers, guides, advisors, and be seen yourself possibly as the teacher, guide, and advisor. This is a strong communication sector. It's a sector where Jupiter is related to education, higher education in particular, higher laws as well, and travel. So some of you could be doing this learning through doing by traveling or connecting with foreign lands and foreign cultures. Now, Saturn, very different to Jupiter, is in an area to do with you having to work quite hard and be self-disciplined and very persevering and sometimes a bit long-suffering regarding your material situation and also your physical situation, or the physical and material situation of those around you. And you just having to be, go forward step by step by step, and maybe looking at nutrition if it's to do with the physical situation, and be patient and work steadily and consistently to bring about an improved situation, and you can be very successful. And you Virgos born 17th to 22nd of September, or born around 23 to 29 degrees of Virgo rising, will likely feel this mostly this month. Uranus, the planet of awakening and sudden change and reversals, has been shifting the balance in your feelings in close relationships, because there can have been endings and beginnings there. Also, it's connecting into the financial situation, or what you share financially or property-wise with another, and there can have been some sudden events around that. Maybe a sudden letting go, but also a sudden acquiring of something. So really, it's very difficult to predict this unpredictable planet, how it's going to be working. And you Virgos born around the 25th of August are up to the first 2 degrees of Virgo rising are likely to feel this energy mostly this month, which can put you on the edge of your seat sometimes, every now and again. Neptune is in Aquarius, and it just means that if you yourself are in need of help and assistance, then it's likely that you will be listened to and understood, and with more empathy, and given the support you need, or given, or facilitated and enabled in certain ways, but also the other way around, you being more empathic in your delivery of whatever you're doing for others as well, and it helps with that. The craftspeople among you, this is fantastic for imagination. Just don't allow imagination to tip over into unrealistic fantasy, which gets you going up blind alleys. And you Virgos born, very early Virgos, born around about the 23rd of August, or with the first degree of Virgo rising, or you late Virgos born 21st to 22nd of September, or the last 2 degrees of Virgo, are going to feel this mostly this month. For many years, Pluto, which is in a fantastic relationship to your sun sign, will be positively underpinning you coming more into your own, feeling more empowered, feeling more your own person, feeling more spontaneous, not so nervous, relaxing you, and being far more creative, and beating the drum more on something, and others really taking notice, which is likely to increase hugely during this long transit of Mars in your sign, as I said earlier, right on through till past mid-2012. And you Virgos born 27th of August, or to the 1st of September, or with 3 to 8 degrees of Virgo rising, will feel this vibration mostly this month. And that's it for December. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to that too. It might make sense to you, it might not. And may I wish you a very happy holiday time at Christmas. And I'll see you the next time.